What do you get when you have an anime that tries to cater to rich people? This week we cover Neo Yokio on Geeks Unlimited Review. So let me tell you guys a little bit about Neo Yokio. Neo Yokio stars Kaz Khan, a character who is a demon hunter who comes from a rich family who's made their money from demon hunting and what is now Neo Yokio. Today to discuss Neo Yokio, I have Nestor. The reason I chose Nestor to do this video with me is because after we both watched the trailer, he was very skeptical. I felt that it would actually have some kind of potential. Nestor, what do you think?
It was better than I expected, but at the same time was kind of what I was expecting.
We had the same opinion that 3 episodes were pure crap that
like
slightly got better.
Yeah, the first episode was terrible. Second episode was okay. Third episode was starting to pick up. Yeah, by the fourth episode, it kind of like found its footing. Was able to go forward and kind of a better pacing, I guess.
To give a little more background on where this anime came from, this comes from the mind of Ezra Koenig. He is the lead singer of Vampire Weekend. He's done writing as far as soundtracks and small things here and there for different shows, but this is really the first show that is completely, just the idea came from him. Now, the concept itself, like I said, focuses around Kaz Khan and him being a demon hunter, but it also takes place in high society. I think one of the worst parts of this anime is the constant brand dropping. I don't think I've heard Chanel mentioned so many times in anything other than a Kardashian episode.
I think that was beautiful. Just all of the high class brands and just in general how they were really pushing all that, because it gave it this air of just high class. At the same time, it kept it in this parody type of situation.
In the first episode, definitely, it was name brand dropping left and right, but they did get better and get more subtle at it. Like now you kind of expected it, but it just happened so much in the very beginning that it was like being shoved down your throat.
It was a little disgusting. It was. I kind of got used to the way they did it throughout the episode because it became more of part of the way they were telling the story.
This show was originally supposed to be part of Fox Animation Domination. Fox kind of just like shelved the idea up until this year when Netflix bought the rights to it and just aired these 6 episodes, how they were made, how they were done, nothing edited, and just put it out for people to see.
It didn't exactly shelve it. It was Animation Domination kind of flopped and it stopped altogether. It was a block on FX or whatever. It had moved from Fox to FX, and then after like 2 years on FX, it just stopped. So they never got a chance to really air it on there.
Netflix took it over, bought the rights, and kind of just gave us what they had. It was that's why the anime is so short. It's only 6 episodes. If you really think about how Fox handles their shows, they do 13, and most time they do 22 to 24 episodes. So you can understand why it took a little bit for it to develop. Honestly, if you can get through those first 3 episodes, it does get slightly better, and you get a couple of chuckles, of jokes here and there, but it really finds its footing towards the 4th episode. When I saw that first episode, Jaden Smith has this ability of not having emotions in any character that he plays. It literally sounded like he was actually phoning in for the character, like he was in a remote location and actually talking into a phone.
No kind of emotion to the character at all. Bland. It really sounded like we're doing this now over Skype or something.
Not only throughout the episodes did the actual audio quality get better, he actually starts showing a little bit more emotion. His character is very emo rich. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm rich. Like I said, the jokes do get better over time as well. Especially Lexi and Gotham, the comedic backbone for that entire series.
They were amazing. I was kind of iffy on Lexi at first. I really started to like them a lot. And just the both of them together were hilarious because they were kind of just there as kind of the foils to Kaz. He's just such a trash character, and everybody around Kaz was kind of calling him out on his trashiness. But they were kind of like his best friends, and they're the ones like that were always there in his trashiest moments. Kind of struck Kaz, but no, it was really fun.
So one of the major themes that this anime covered, Kaz comes from a line of demon hunters, and that's how they make their money. They didn't quite capture that, even though it was constantly referenced. The action left to be desired.
Yeah, There really wasn't much in the way of action. It was really simplistic battle when there was those and just like blasting them with power he has, and for the most part just disintegrating them. There was no explanation for the powers really. It was kind of just, well, this world exists, this stuff happens. One of the failures that a lot of shows have, they beat you over the head with the abilities and over explain. Didn't do that at all. It was the complete opposite. Boom, power. Okay, cool. Next thing. If you're really expecting something serious out of Neo Yokio, you're going to be completely disappointed. It's pure comedy. It's parody almost. It seems like this super serious commentary on social structure, and it has that. Does it in this real parody way.
We both had the same turning point, and it was that fourth episode.
The fourth episode was real pivotal for me, and it really had huge impact. Before, I had noticed like a couple random anime references. This one, there was like a really big one at that point. It was like, okay, this is 100% comedy. There's definitely not going to be anything too serious going forward. That kind of made it easier to watch from then on.
I wouldn't put this in the same category as other parody animes like Excel Saga. If you actually take the approach of this being a parody instead of, like you said, taking it serious, you're going to have a better experience with it overall. Even then, towards the third, fourth episode, an actual storyline started to develop as well. Especially at the end of that fourth episode, something stacked up between episodes 4, 5, and 6. Once you actually took into consideration what these characters were, you started to enjoy all the characters themselves.
Personally, one of my favorites was Arcangelo, his rival. He's supposed to be the antagonist. He's supposed to be this guy that's like counter to the main character. He's supposed to be the villain in a sense. He ends up being a better person than Kaz. There's a pivotal point midway through the series. He turns around and he's like, well, I want to be best friends with you. Being genuine, but he's still being this huge, rich asshole about it. And Kaz is like, well, no, like, I don't like you. Like, we're enemies. Like, no. It's really funny because Kaz ends up looking like a bigger asshole in the end. He stays pretty much trash through the whole series.
I think that was actually done on purpose. The one thing that was supposed to be a constant throughout the entire series, Kaz does not want to change. He is comfortable in his lifestyle. Every other supporting character, you learn more about them. They all grow as characters, while Kaz is that one stagnant. I'll give it to Jaden Smith that his voice acting did get better. It's Jaden Smith playing Jaden Smith.
Everything that Kaz says, I could see Jaden Smith tweak. It just looked like a Jaden Twitter feed. Every line that Kaz was spouting was just emo / enlightened above everything.
But still questioning the universe at the same time.
Yeah, it's real. It was because the things he was upset about too were very, very first world problems that would put him into this super mild depression for 2 days. And he's like, no, I'm good now because, I'm rich and I have this super rich thing to do. So I'm cool again. And it was funny because even while he's happy and cool again, sounds just super mellow and bland. In the beginning, the blandness was kind of hurting the character, but as it went on, the blandness was a part of the character so much that it just added to the comedy of the whole series.
I don't know about you, but I really enjoyed the animation.
Now that you mentioned the art, two things actually. The art for me was really weird because it was this high def, shiny, old school style where like the background was super flat and then whoever was the focus of the scene was a bit more detailed and stood out, but it was really noticeable. It seems it was two different shows put together essentially when you look at the art style. It looked like the characters just didn't belong with the background. And the voice acting. There's two things with the voice acting. One, the voices. Super recognizable, super memorable. Oh, I know that person.
Each character actually matched the voice acting.
It was really this nice setup there. Second thing would be the voice act. Characters were really recognizable, the voices, and not in the way of like famous voice actors, but famous actors, just celebrities in general. It was really fun spotting those people, but the other parts of the voice acting was the dubbing was bad, noticeably bad. It does not get that. It was very much just this kind of disjointness from the voice and the mouth. The mouth was moving and the voice is happening, but there was no connection between the two.
Do you think that because it was a parody, it was done on purpose?
I don't know. It's possible. There was one particular scene where there's two characters kind of speaking at the same time. One of them is kind of speaking in the background, but they're at the front of the scene, and the characters of the voices they're focusing on are in the background of the scene, it was really weird because the voice overlapped more with the character in the front than in the one that was actually supposed to be speaking, and it just really threw things off. There was moments like that. It just, I think that was probably the worst part of it was the dubbing. If it was done on purpose, it's a bad idea. It really looks not good at all. It just makes the production of it look worse than it should be.
So what do you think? Is this something worth watching?
Definitely think it's something worth watching. As long as you go in knowing that it's not something to be taken too seriously. Definitely a comedy. Expect that. Expect something silly and fun as opposed to something too deep and profound.
I mean, I guess maybe that's what it was. You know, when we saw the trailer, we thought action, demon hunting. It's got something completely out of a different universe, that completely a different idea altogether. Now that I know what it is, I can enjoy it a little bit more. I look forward to Netflix getting their hand on this if they decide to renew it, because I definitely think that they made their money back. I think there was enough draw and attention to at least know what it was. Same thing with, you know, here are these famous actors that are involved in this project. People are going to find out what this is. And from there, I think it made enough money for them to say, you know what, let's give it a shot in our own way. You know, let's see what Netflix can do with their own writing, their own artists, their own budget. Probably a 10, 13 episode arc. Who knows, maybe it'll shift a little bit more to the action. Actually, you know what? They could leave the action out. To be quite honest, if they left out the entire Demon Hunter thing and just mentioned it in passing, it would be a better overall anime.
I think they're a little bit of the opposite. I do like demon hunting part of it because it's a huge part of who he is and how the characters have their money.
So, guys, we both agree. I think coming in and watching the trailer, we were both in completely different spectrums, but I think we both met somewhere in the middle on this one. We both agree that Neo Yokio is worth watching. Good for a couple of laughs. It's not that long of a series. It's only 6 episodes. So go in with an open mind to try to laugh, not focus on everything else that's going on. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this episode. If you enjoyed it, give us a like. Nesta, thank you very much for coming in. And if you want to see more coming from Geeks Unlimited, between our reviews and our other channels, you know, give us a subscribe. You can find out what we're going to put out. Thanks a lot, guys. Till the next one.